So we have a fun episode planned today. We're going to be talking about the great new film called James Clyburn and the Black Messiah. And I first of all, I just want to say, just from an audience perspective, I thought Cedric the Entertainer was fantastic as James Clyburn. I mean, it was
Yes,
really
yes,
a role because he's a comedic performer. He's done some
yeah,
dramatic work in his career, but this
yeah.
was cast way against type. And so I thought he was really excellent. I especially loved the scene where he walks into his office and there's the pharmaceutical lobbyist there waiting for him
Yeah.
with a check for
That
$100,000.
was very powerful.
It was such a powerful scene because when the lobbyist slides the check across the table and explains the terms, you could really see the conflict in his eyes, which again, a
Well,
testament to the power
because
of
this
James
is James
Clyburn's performance.
Clyburn before he was completely corrupted.
Right,
This is
exactly.
when
It gave you the
it's like
backstory.
you read mafia hitmen, the ones who are like willing to go on the record and talk about it. And according to the mafia, guys always throw up on their first hit. Like the first time they kill somebody, there's just a natural human repugnance, and they
Great
always
point.
throw up.
Yeah.
But over time, like nothing, like butter.
Well, he
Like
was very
butter, they don't
stoic
even think
about it.
about
That's
it.
what was really impressive about the scene. You could tell it, this decision weighed on his conscience for about 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And during that
But it
three
was a
seconds, you
powerful
could
three
see,
seconds.
well, because you could read, because Cedric was so great in the role, you could
Yeah.
read the emotions. You could see every thought. Okay, I shouldn't really be doing this. But on the other hand, it is a lot of money, and I'm a civil rights hero, so nobody's allowed to criticize me anyway.
Right, exactly.
So I'll take it.
Yeah.
And I thought it was great casting also to put Whoopi Goldberg as the lobbyist
Yeah. Well,
because
sure.
there's nothing more inspiring than watching two African Americans, one man, one woman, both rise to these positions of power based on their own merits and use their power to better each other.
Yes.
There's nothing more moving than that.
I always say that. I actually, what you just said, almost verbatim, was on the placard I brought to the BLM protest.
Yeah, and so look, I thought it was a really inspirational film, and in fact, it inspired a different film by a very similar title, which we're going to talk about next, called Judas and the Black Messiah. Now, this one was a little radical for my taste. I don't know.
Yeah.
This seemed a
took it in
little
a different
extreme.
direction.
Fred Hampton, I don't know. He didn't seem very pragmatic to me.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how the sausage is made is his problem. He didn't know how to get things done.
He wasn't working towards incremental change.
Right, exactly.
That was really the problem with him. He
Yeah.
He didn't want to grease the right people.
I mean, he's talking about we can feed 1,000 hungry children tomorrow. You don't go from 0 hungry children to 1,000 hungry.
Right.
You have start with 50
3
hungry children.
So
3 or 4.
Feed 3.
And then you go to 10.
Invite them over for lunch.
Right. Yes, exactly. Exactly. So, in all seriousness,
hard-boiled eggs.
What's that?
You make some extra hard-boiled eggs. You got a program going.
Right, exactly. But you do it over time. These things take time, and they're complicated.
Yeah, a couple of years, you get some funding. It's 4 kids now. Maybe you put a little cheese in the eggs.
Every once in a while, they pull the funding. You're back to 3, but that's okay.
Right. Yeah.
That's
well,
okay,
and you explain to them, hey, we got funding. I'm sorry.
This is how the process. This
is how the process works.
One day you'll understand.
People do politics.
Right. Exactly.